I am Stacy, and I'm one of the volunteers with Redeem and Restore. And I really chose Redeem and Restore for a couple of reasons. The first one was that in dealing with human trafficking, there were a lot of organizations where they just wanted your money to buy skill, social workers, lawyers, etc. But I really wanted to be part of it. I wanted to provide a consistency, a leadership, a strength to the organization. And so Redeem and Restore allowed me to do that. It also allowed me to be all in, meaning I could give money and my time. I'm able to work in a lot of different aspects. And so I really enjoyed that very much. And lastly, it was a God-centered organization. So I have been in many different ministries throughout the decades. And so many times people get lost in the ministry. They miss God. They miss the entire point. And so this is such a big, overwhelming problem that Jesus has already overcome, that I found that Redeem and Restore really stayed centered and focused on that message and truly stayed focused on God. And so I truly appreciated that.
I guess I'll start off by saying this is a little weird, talking into a little camera on the top of my computer. But Krista asked me to share, and so I just want to take a little bit of time today to share my story and how I got involved with Redeem Restore Center. And so it goes back a couple of years ago when I first was exposed to the human trafficking issue as a whole. I was at an event where Operation Underground Railroad was highlighted, and they shared some videos of some sting operations of people, um, you know, breaking children out of trafficking situations and young women out of trafficking situations. And it absolutely broke my heart. As a Christian, I felt like um, I felt the pull of God on my heart that I want to be a part of the solution for this issue. I mean, that it was really difficult seeing kids in that situation, and being that I'm married and I have 4 kids myself, it's hard not to put my own kids' faces there and say, what would I do if I was in that situation? And in the back of my mind, I'm like, well, I would give anything to get my kids out of that situation. I would give up a limb. I would go to the extremes. So when I heard about what Krista was doing with Redeem Restore Center, just maybe half a year ago, I was definitely excited about learning more. And so Krista and I sat down, we had coffee, and I was excited because of her excitement, and also the mission that God had put on her heart to put together a home for women coming out of this life, to redeem and restore them fully. And so I just felt that little urge, that I should be a part of this. And my first response was, I'm not really qualified, or I don't know what I can offer. But I just took that next step, and I started donating right away. But I wanted it to be more than that, because I know how quickly we can kind of forget if we have auto giving on or something like that. I wanted to be involved. And so when Krista reached out to me about being on the board, again, felt underqualified, but I decided to take the step forward and say, God, if you want to use my abilities, I'll let you isolate what it is that I can do to really help this organization, and make those opportunities open up. So I am so excited to be a part of what Krista and the board is doing and what all the volunteers are doing. And I am excited to be a part of putting this house together and getting that dream to come to fruition, because it is a huge problem in our community right now. Just in Southeast Wisconsin, we have trafficking happening everywhere. So I just would encourage you, if you feel even just a little bit in your heart that maybe you should be a part of the solution. And I'm sure you've got some questions rolling around in your head about, am I qualified? What can I do? I'm too busy. There are so many ways that you can help out. I just ask that you would open that up a little bit and say, on top of giving, what can I offer? What resources can I offer? What connections? What businesses or organizations might I be connected with that I can help Krista and the board get connected with? Because this is something that this needs to be done, and Krista's done such a good job of preparing the model of a sustainable house. I'm just excited to see it come to fruition. So thanks for letting me share, you guys. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, but just take that next step. I know it's easy to want to do action, but I just implore you, take the next step today, whatever it is, and just see what God does with it. So God bless and thanks for letting me share.